Hello.
Hello.
Wow, that was beautiful.
Hey, welcome to the group for the bit.
Welcome back to the Flat Tire.
Me and you just had the same voice the whole
It was
time.
good. That was good. That was beautiful.
Brandon, take us
Harmonizing with us. Hi guys, welcome to the Flat Tire. 2019 is done. 2020 is nigh. That's a word.
Like Bill Nye?
Bill Nye.
The science guy. We're going to talk about our year in review. We're going to talk about the Toyota Supra versus Toyota Supra. We're going to talk about the Nissan CEO's Mission Impossible style escape.
Okay.
We're going to talk about Travis Scott's new music video,
I'm excited about
which
the CEO.
is related. You'll find out soon. And
Don't forget, I have
Oh,
a really
yeah.
good joke for you guys today.
oh, yeah,
Very good
Ramsey's
joke. Ramsey's end of the podcast joke.
You don't want to miss this one.
I'm excited to hear it. I want to hear it now, but I know we have to wait. And the last thing is stands out supercars. After that's I don't know.
We'll get
Yay or
there.
nay?
That's a whole other thing. That's
We'll
a whole
get
other
there.
thing.
So
To
start us off, 2019 was an amazing year. We spent a lot of time at Calabogie Motorsports Park. It is our home track. You know,
Yeah,
it's
basically is.
North America's largest track, right? If
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken.
And most
Five-
prestigious.
5.05 kilometers long.
North America's largest track?
I think
Yeah.
maybe regardless, it's a 20-turn track that's over 5 kilometers long, and it's 1 hour from Ottawa. I don't understand why people do not capitalize on that resource. It's
because
great.
street racing. Not that I condone that at
That-
all, but I'm
that's-
just saying
yeah,
that's
that's
why.
that's
So,
another topic.
Over our time at the track, we spent a lot of time with the camera on, and with that camera footage, we created a really cool year-in review video at Calabogie, which you can find on our Facebook and YouTube. And as you can see here, there's some beautiful rolling shots of the One More Lap Ferrari, which you can rent if you want to, or you could drive a janky Nissan Sentra with the gas pedal stuck down to the floor mat.
What would you prefer, the Genki Sentra or the Ferrari?
Listen, we're not going to get into
We're
that.
not getting into this again.
And just to correct you, Calabogie is the biggest in Canada.
Yeah,
Because
so
America's kind of...
biggest in
North-
Canada.
Yeah, North
Yeah.
America.
'Kay,
incorporates.
Canada. So that was one of the biggest things we did was all the cool stuff and the projects that we endeavored on. We did some live commentary at the track for a drifting and time attack event, which was the first of its kind, which was really awesome to be a part of that, and we will definitely be doing more of that this year.
If you ever wonder why I'm never in any of the videos, it's because Ramsey and Keishan do cool car stuff while I'm at work.
That's not true.
It hurts my feelings.
That's not true. You leave me on
Carrying
red,
on.
bro.
Just you know what? I will call into your work next time. Be like, listen, my Brandon, he is sick from work.
My Brandon.
he has to stay home, and then we don't do cool car stuff.
So
and then my boss sees me doing cool car stuff.
Just wear the BMW
we'll
hat.
dress up
it'll
in
be
drag.
fine.
That's it.
Just
Dress up in drag. Okay,
then
so
do a
if you want
drag
to see
race.
me and Ramsey dressed up in drag, that's another
And do
video.
a drag race
oh god.
running on our
So,
feet.
2019, tell us more.
Another cool thing we did was Cars and Coffee with actual coffee. Blows my mind. I know it's crazy to find a Cars and Coffee.
Wait,
with
hold
real-
on. There was actual cars.
There was actual.
There was coffee
there
too.
was real cars that real people can afford,
Wow.
and there was real coffee.
Wait, so you mean people didn't have to pay $1,000 a parking spot?
No, it's crazy. It's free to show up and $2 for coffee, and we gave away
My mind is
prizes.
blown.
So we hosted this at the Brown Bag Coffee Roasters shop in Gatineau. It's on Chemin Pink. I don't exactly know the address, but if you Google it, you'll find it. We've got a really cool video to showcase that event, and we will definitely be doing more Cars and Coffees with actual coffee because I love coffee, I love cars, and just kicking it with the homies. So that was a good time. Speaking
We had
of
police show
Brown
up
Bag
too, but-
Coffee Roasters, it was
Okay, we can
the
talk about
starting point of Run 91 Rally 2019.
Yeah,
What did we do
Run
for that?
91 Rally. This year was our second year for 2019. First one was 2018.
Wait, it was the second year for 2019?
Sorry, second year for Run 91.
Second,
That's
yeah.
what I meant.
Uh-huh.
It was really cool. Like Ramsey said, we started at Brown Bag Coffee. I believe there were 32 cars that came with us at the beginning. And
It ended with 31.
And it ended with
Brandon fell ill and
Brandon,
couldn't
yeah.
finish the journey.
For
unfortunately.
those of you that are
second
addicted to
year.
your Juul pods, nicotine poisoning is a real thing, and that's what happened to me.
No, it's not. You had
No,
a
that's
cold.
what happened.
No, dude, I got nicotine poison. I woke up the next day, fine.
What?
Ah, no. Too
I
much.
think he was chugging vape juice.
So
on the way
if
up.
you're chugging vape juice, don't do it. Take a break.
Yeah.
Your lungs will enjoy it. Your body will enjoy it.
So why don't you run us through the journey of Run 91 from 2019?
Yeah, so starting off at Brown Bag, we all got some great coffee, got some snacks in the morning, and then we set route for, what was that?
This place is haunted.
This place is haunted. We set route on a excursion towards Mosport. On the way, we stopped at Perth Brewery. We stopped at a chip truck and a few other
We
spots.
stopped at Calabogie.
Oh, we did stop at
Stopped at
Calabogie.
and did
I'm
some
sorry.
donuts in the rain, which you can see in our year in
At-
review
yeah.
video.
At,
Some people didn't end up leaving Perth Brewery.
That was Brandon.
that was Brandon.
There was Macy the Miata who broke down at Calabogie.
Yeah.
But no, he got it back.
He got it
going.
back running. He made
Yeah.
the journey, and then when he got back to Ottawa, I was speaking to him a couple weeks ago, and I think the car died now. So it made
Is
it for
it?
Run 91, and then I'm pretty sure the motor died.
Yeah.
Well, we'll
But
have to
that's
talk to him about what
legendary.
his plans are with that. I think he was saying K-swap.
Yeah, K-swap.
K-swap?
That's crazy.
Yikes.
I'd love
Oh,
to do
yikes.
that.
What do you mean?
I'd love to do that in my
LS
Miata. Have you
swap.
seen my Miata? I have a Miata.
You have a Miata? Bro, same. That's crazy.
Miata guys,
Miatas
am I right?
everywhere.
So how do you know if someone has a Miata?
Don't worry, they'll let you know.
I cannot wait. So I bought my Miata and then I put it away.
He's already going on
shortly after buying it. I'm waiting to be at a traffic light and just pop up my headlights up and
Pop
down.
up and
And
down
then we all-
headlights.
We're gonna figure this out. We're gonna go to different directions and stuff, and just fucking pop-ups and shit. Are you gonna do it at the
Carrying
max
on.
speed? Are you gonna make your pop-ups?
Yeah,
go up
I'll
and
make
down
my
with the max
headlights
speed?
on my modern car pop up and down headlights.
He doesn't get it.
Lame.
He doesn't get it.
So
Just so you know, I had
all of
yeah,
that to say
I was the first one with pop up headlights
in the MR2,
the MR2.
which
Pop up
was never
and
on
down
the road
headlights.
because it was right-hand drive and Japanese, and you were a young boy, and insurance was very expensive.
I was a young boy son.
Yes. Brandon had a JDM MR2, which he couldn't insure.
You can see
right?
it driving around Ottawa sometimes.
Oh, I actually do see it all the time.
Yeah, it hurts my feelings. Carrying on.
Anyway, you have a
Um,
better, more reliable
yeah.
car.
That's a
Continue
lie.
on. Run 91. We ended at Mosport, which is Canadian Tire Motorsports Park
Beautiful place.
in Bowmanville, and we arrived through this talking doesn't work today. We were on the way there. It was a treacherous
rainstorm.
torrential
downpour?
downpour. Oh my god.
Anyway.
Anyways, so half of the squad from Run 91 went into a hotel. The other half continued
Soft.
to to the campsite at Mosport. By the time we got to Mosport, the rain stopped. Everything was dry, and we had a phenomenal time.
It was really foggy and it was spooky. It was really cool to be at
Yeah.
a track. Like that track is quite historic in
Yeah.
Canadian motorsports history.
They
They-
had an
they
F1
also
race
have
back
F1?
in the day. Like
Yeah.
it was years ago though.
It's
like,
a really fun track. I'd
Yeah.
love to drive it in real life. I've only ever driven it on a simulator. It's really
Ooh,
fun.
yeah.
But I'd love to take one of my cars around there. So, well, yeah. Next day we attended CSCS, which
Yeah.
is Show and Shine, Drift, Time Attack.
yeah.
that
It's
was
it's a
really
really
fun.
cool event. It's
And
like
the event was what
yeah.
like 2-minute walk from our campsite. Like
Yeah,
something
yeah.
really close.
and it's pretty cheap to get in. It's like $25, and it's a whole
Yeah.
day's event. It's not just like a parking lot. You don't just sit and talk and do whatever. You have drifting to see. You have time attack to see.
Some really
If
cool
you have a
cars.
stance out car, you have your I hate stance cars. If you have a stance out car, you can put your car in the show and shine, get yourself a trophy, whatever you want.
Yeah,
you know,
whatever floats your goat.
whatever.
But
yeah.
we've got some cool things planned for 2020 with Run 91, so stay tuned for
Yep.
details on that. Again, Run 91 is aimed at the everyday enthusiast. We want to bring you guys a memorable experience for the lowest cost possible. So we aim to keep it sub $100 basically.
Yeah.
And with that cost, you get merch, you get everything organized and planned for you. All you got to do is show up, make sure your car can make it on the journey,
yeah.
pack some food, pack a tent, and let's
Yeah, we
get
don't
it.
really make money off of it either. It's
No.
kind of
No,
just like,
but
oh,
that's
let's
the
just try
thing.
and get
It's just for
Like
fun.
it
that's the
warms
thing.
my
Yeah,
heart to
yeah.
hear people continually talking about their experience, you know, because
Yeah.
I'm just like, all of our hard work was worth it because we gave people something awesome. Because
We enjoy planning though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
We want you
Yeah.
guys to enjoy
Mhm.
what car
and
car
most
culture
rallies
has.
are just out of reach for people like us.
Yeah.
You know,
I,
like
I think the only part we don't enjoy is the driving to and back,
on the same day.
driving the
same-
route to
oh
and
yeah,
Oh, that.
there
yeah.
and back, which usually
We usually do a
12
test-
hours of driving.
yeah. We usually do a test run of the route to make sure it's like
Yeah.
lowered car friendly, and we usually do it in one day.
Yeah.
And
It-
by the end of the day, Brandon is mildly cranky. I won't get into details.
I do most of the driving though.
But
also.
we almost broke up after that day.
Facts.
Anyways, let's. I'm happy to be here. We're back at Choice Automotive, episode 1, the Flat Tire. We got some microphones so you can hear our beautiful voices and do some ASMR if you want.
ASMR.
This is the
That stuff is so weird.
Please.
can't believe people like that.
It's weird.
It's pleasing though.
But it's like millions
it?
of views of a girl just sitting there crunching on a freaking
Bro,
nut.
there's an
Like-
8-year-old kid has millions of views reviewing toys.
Yeah, but I could
But
see like other kids
I
wanting
saw
to
that,
see
and it looked like
toys
the
and
parents were
shit.
kind of like forcing the kid to do it
Yeah.
because they know it's an internet sensation.
Yeah,
But
beat
re-
your kid till he makes you money.
That's so funny. Like some kid made like $1 million off winning a video game tournament, and like, so they were chatting on the radio one day, and they're like, "Oh, parents are gonna be like, oh, kids, get inside, get on those video games now, and then it makes you money."
Poor kids.
Anyway, don't
Wait,
play on
what?
video
Poor
game.
kids go play video games? That is.
But
Sounds
imagine your parents are
like a
forcing.
great Saturday,
I know,
Sunday,
I
Friday
know, but
night
imagine
to
your
me.
parents are forcing you to play video games.
Oh, that's
Like,
a whole new, it's a new
Imagine,
world, man.
that's what I mean.
It's
Like,
a new world we
it's
live
gonna
in.
be, bad. Anyways,
Times have changed. How?
forcing things. People have to like the Toyota Supra, the new one. Brandon.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
a good, that's a good
get over
segue.
it. The Mark IV Supra is not coming back. They kept the name so you could stop being butthurt about it. The manufacturer does not care what you think about it because you're not going to buy it. All they care about is making some money off a car that they're losing money on.
So I have a question. So the Mark IV Supra, do you think a huge part of the reason it's such a legendary vehicle is because of the Fast and Furious?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So do you think theoretically, if the new GR Supra were to be featured in a film that had that much of an impact, do you think it could achieve that status one day, or just
well, yeah. If
it's
you
not
put,
the same
but the thing is the Supra's old AF, so it had many generations of people
before the movie, right?
Yeah.
Like
before the movie, and then
Yeah.
so not only that, the older generation sees it as a new car, a new upgrade to the existing Supra, and then all the fanboys like our age are in love with the car because
Of what it
Paul Walker,
represents
lots
to
of
us.
power,
Yeah.
more than you can afford. Pal, Ferrari.
yeah, the orange Supra with the cool graphics.
But then they get butthurt about a new Supra. But like, what did you want Toyota to do? Just
Bring back the old Mark
put
IV.
like, oh, here's
Obviously.
a car from the '90s. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna. That doesn't make any sense.
yeah,
But you know what though,
sales, it's driven by sales.
I still enjoy the Mark IV for what it is. It's a driving experience. You get the whole, the raw fuel smell. You get to change gears. It's an experience driving. I personally feel like the new Mark V, you won't get that same experience, but you still get to enjoy the drive.
But we haven't driven
It's
it.
We haven't yet. If
And-
you
but
have a
here-
Supra,
Yeah.
we would love to review
But
it
here's
Yeah.
the thing,
and have
though.
it in the backdrop of our show. That would be really cool.
that would be
dope,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: the new Supra is faster. It's lighter. It's grippier. It's better in
It's a better
every
car.
way
Fuel
than the
economy.
old
I agree.
Supra is.
So the way I see it
Yeah.
is basically the people who will actually be purchasing this car are the types of guys who are looking at Porsche Boxsters
yeah,
and
guys
like
that just want a
Lexus
fast car.
Coupes. Like they want like a sporty two-door rear-wheel drive car that
Basically,
doesn't
yeah.
kill your bank account but can outperform cars that cost twice as
That,
much.
that they can just take to the
That's-
track and drive that car home.
Yeah, I think
And
that's
it's
cool.
not. And
So like out of the box race car.
Steve
Yeah, yeah, I
Papadakis
think so.
Racing is a YouTube channel. They easily made a shit ton of power out of the engine.
It was just like
So
a
it's
flash tune or
just as
something?
It's just like with internals and
Just as tunable. I think I
it's-
saw. Didn't they pull it out, put it on engine dyno? Is that
yeah,
the
but
guy I'm
it's
thinking about?
just as tunable as every engine is just as tunable as a 2JZ.
Mhm.
What you want, the problem is you don't want to take a 1.6 Kia engine and expect 1,000 horsepower out of it.
We could do that with mine.
Can we?
Yours on
We could
the-
How
try.
much money you got?
So
Like
Um,
$3.
Brandon, you work for BMW. Is the motor in the Supra, is it the same as the M3 and M2, or is it similar?
Well, the new M3.
like same block kind
so
of thing?
the new series of engines from BMW is they call it the B series engines,
Like Hondas.
but they don't.
Ooh.
They haven't gotten the new M3, M4, and then the M5 and M6.
But
or
are
sorry,
those a
M5
similar
and the M8
framework
come
in
with
the-
a V8. So we haven't had an M. Actually,
No,
we
the
have.
M2. The M2 has a 6-cylinder, right?
Yeah, but it's an S55. The competition has I forget.
So what's in the Supra Z4? What is that?
It's just it's like a 340 engine.
Okay, M340, like similar to that.
Yeah, M340.
Those
so
are
not an
those are
M3.
apparently really fast.
They're
the
really
M340s.
fast. A lot of power.
Yeah, I saw one on the road. He was flying really cool.
And then the new M3 and M4 are probably going to have what the X3 and X4M have,
Mm-hmm.
which is a monstrous engine.
Yeah.
It's a straight six single turbo, but it's monstrous.
Yeah.
Like
But
almost 500 horsepower.
That'd be a lot of
and
fun.
$7,000 headlights on the X5s.
Yeah, if you get the laser headlights, don't break them.
Has someone broken them already?
Well, we've done some under warranty, and they're like $7,000.
That's fun.
Can't believe a headlight costs 7
That doesn't
grand.
include the
fun.
modules.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So,
God damn.
Yeah. So
segue.
it's faster, lighter, more torque, faster in a straight line, and it puts down the same grip numbers as a Porsche 911 GT3. So
And that Porsche costs like $200,000, doesn't it?
exactly. So what do you want from a company?
Mhm.
And this is a car that they're not going to make money off of because they're not going to sell it like a RAV4, like a Prius, like a Camry.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to make this car just to satisfy a small section of people that want this car
Yeah.
in order to help their brand recognition.
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, everybody knows Toyota, but it's a beneficial thing, and it costs them next to nothing because BMW built the transmission, the driveline, the engine, the computers, and all that is mostly BMW.
Okay.
All they had to do for BMW is give them battery technology.
That's pretty
That's
cool.
fair.
It's like
Yeah,
how
I'm very excited to see. So we live in a day and age where manufacturers are they're going crazy, you know? Like they found ways to make really fun cars okay again because they're not hurting the environment. They're way more efficient. They don't produce as much emissions. I'm really curious to see in 10 years time the value of these cars in money. If, you know, ideally I'd love to afford a GR Supra in 5 years time to see. I want to see if it drops or if it goes up in value. We don't know.
I
I
feel
think
like it's going to depreciate faster.
You
I don't think so.
I think so.
I think that
Why-
sucks, but it's also amazing because it means that we can
Afford
afford
it.
them.
Yeah.
Here's the thing,
and
though.
drive
3 or
them.
4 years down the road, yeah.
niche cars that don't sell a lot are always going to hold their value a lot more than a car that sells a lot unless it has a serious issue, like the older M6s with the rod bearings. Just
letting go.
yeah, that's when the M6 and the M5 had the V8s.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Those like
yeah.
the big boxy boat
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
Those
yeah.
ones
So
are
like
awesome.
your E60.
That's some good shit.
That's
Okay.
pretty cool.
And it's not like rebranding a car is uncommon either.
Yeah.
The Miata, the MX-5 Miata with the Fiat 124 Spider. Honda even took a Land Rover Discovery a while ago.
Oh yes, I heard about that.
And they just put a new badge on it.
Yeah.
Who else? Audi 50,
Chevrolet,
the Volkswagen Polo.
Oh, yeah.
General
okay.
Motors has done
General
that
is
a lot. They've done it with
notorious for
Mitsubishi.
it.
Mitsubishi and General Motors. I don't know the specifics, but I know they've done many. Like
GM
the
is
Talon, the Eagle Talon,
yeah.
and the Mitsubishi Eclipse are
They're
the exact same car.
notorious
That used to
for it.
confuse me when I was younger. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Chevy
GSM
Cobalt,
What's going on?
Pontiac G5,
that's just the Ghost.
Okay,
don't,
thank you.
don't worry about that.
and then the GT86, the BRZ, the FRS with Scion,
Yeah.
Toyota's IQ that Aston Martin had to
The
rebrand.
IQ.
Yeah,
Which
so
one
it's
was
like
that?
it's like
Oh,
a
I don't-
two-door, really small car that Aston Martin had to ask to rebrand because Aston Martin's lineup was too.
Don't tell me they put an
too
Aston
much.
Martin engine in it.
No, they didn't. But they charged people like 80 grand. Sorry, 30,000 pounds, which is probably about
40,
I think
45.
I know-
60 grand.
I think I know the story of it.
That's
It's-
crazy.
They
it's
needed-
because their pollution numbers.
Yeah,
are
I
too
actually don't
high
know
for
this
their
story.
lineup.
I
That's
They
what it
needed to
was.
average it out
Okay.
to avoid paying high emissions taxes. So
Mhm.
they ended up just grabbing like, like I don't know who bought this car,
I think at that point it's just to keep the brand going. Like,
but nobody would buy this car because from Toyota in the UK, this car's
well,
probably.
the thing is
like
they have
12
it. They have it in their
What's,
lineup
what's the
just to
car
kind of
called?
please whoever the emissions
'cause it-
laws and everything
Yeah,
are.
because they had to have a set average amongst their whole lineup
Yeah.
Oh wow.
to be like within. We'll
Is
put
this
a
it?
we'll put a picture of it up on the
Is this
video.
Yeah.
It's just a rebadged Toyota IQ with a
Wow,
with
that's
a wide
ugly.
grill.
That is ugly.
Imagine spending
They
80
Aston
grand
Martin
on
made a
that.
really ugly SUV. I'm just gonna go out and say it. It
I-
looks like garbage. It's
A lot
probably
of
amazing
these-
to drive.
What?
A lot of these
It's-
supercars
it's
going
probably
towards
amazing.
SUVs.
The SUV,
it's
the
great.
supercar, the super SUV is a huge trend lately. You got the Lamborghini Urus. I'm gonna say it like that.
How about you say it properly?
Lamborghini Urus. There's an Aston Martin SUV. There's the Alfa Romeo Stelvio.
Yeah, the DBX I think is beautiful.
There's the
Stelvio
Jaguar,
is trash.
The Jaguar. The Stelvio is pretty ugly.
Those are the Porsche. Those are the
we got
High
the
pace.
Rolls Royce
Cullinan,
Cullinan, the
which is
ugliest
really
car in
ugly.
existence, but probably literally a blessing to drive.
There's the BMW X5 and
I'm
X6M.
talking about manufacturers who
Oh, they're dropping an
have
M now?
historically only
In
made
North America?
really.
They've always had an M.
No, but North America.
Yeah, North
we didn't
America's
have
getting
them.
it. Yeah, we
Okay.
did.
No,
Did we?
BMW's
Oh,
always made SUV. They have made SUVs for a while. I'm talking about like Aston Martin and Lamborghini.
Like supercar.
Oh,
I know.
okay.
I'm talking about they for a while have made performance vehicles and they just dip their toes in the SUV market because it makes them
'Cause
a
that's what
lot of
people are
money.
buying,
Yeah.
It makes them a lot of money.
It-
And the Lamborghini Urus
It's really
saying it like
ugly.
that, I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, but you're a Volkswagen guy,
Yeah.
so you
Love
kind
it.
of
Like,
by
it's an
association.
Audi.
you have
It's
to.
essentially an Audi Q8.
It's an Audi
with,
Q8.
a spicy front end and huge ceramic brakes. I think it's the
Just
largest
a little bit
carbon
of Tabasco
ceramics,
sauce on the
largest carbon ceramic brakes ever fitted to a production car. I believe.
Okay.
I believe it's either that or the new RS6 Avant.
That's kind of
I'll figure that out after.
but
but-
speaking of SUVs,
Well, I just want to touch on one more Toyota thing because Toyota
Oh,
is doing
okay.
more than just a Supra.
you know where I was going with that.
I know exactly where you're going. So Toyota has unveiled the 2020 Toyota Yaris GR. Toyota Yaris, historically a very boring car.
It's
Now,
like an SUV, but like shrunk down.
it looks like a shrunken CHR.
Yeah.
Moving forward, the Yaris GR has a 90mm lower roofline for aerodynamics, and it
Ooh.
helps the rear wing actually do something. Although
I wonder if
not
that.
sure what it would do.
I wonder if that 90mm would cause issues with the helmet. So if you're taking that to a track,
Not for
if
me.
you're-
I'm not that tall, but for
well,
someone who's tall,
like average height.
90mm
No,
is not that much though. Like 9 centimeters.
90
that's
millimeters
pretty
is
good.
a lot
That's
where it
that's a lot.
counts.
But so hot hatches, they're super popular in Europe because there's nowhere to park. You get taxed on the size of your motor. So
I'm not pointing at nobody. Our sound, our producer Claire is. She got that joke.
So the bigger your motor in Europe and other Asian countries, the bigger your motor, the more you pay road tax. So hot hatches became very popular.
I'm just gonna interrupt you there for a second. Motor is electric.
engine.
Engine is gas. Carry on.
So yeah, they have very small motors. So this Yaris sports a 1.6 liter three cylinder with a spinny boy, and my Miata has a 1.6 liter, but it doesn't make nearly that. This makes 275 horsepower at the crank, and it's sending it to all four wheels.
Do you think that motor came from BMW?
Let's not get into that.
I'm just
It's
out of curiosity.
so
I'm
it's
just
all-wheel
it might-
drive.
Because
And-
the i8 and the i3, the
That's what I
range
mean.
extender engines are 3 cylinders.
That's what I mean. I wonder if it's that same three-cylinder.
We'll never know.
Anyways,
Rain fingers. Let's just keep going. So this is the first vehicle that is a WRC homologation special since the late 1990s for Toyota. So homologation is when a manufacturer has to produce a set number of cars in order to be allowed to compete in a certain racing series. So WRC, which is the World Rally Championship, is I think what this was made for, and then they just made a road version, which all the technology from the race cars trickled onto the road, and you got yourselves a $68,000 hatchback. 68 grand for 3 cylinders.
Okay,
That's about
I
20
know that's a
grand a
little
cylinder.
crazy,
That's
but
nuts.
people pay 65 grand for a Focus RS.
but you're getting a lot of
65
space in
grand?
that Focus RS.
What? Ford stopped making cars altogether. Like they stopped making small cars altogether. But
Did
that's
the
for another
Fiesta
day.
stop?
That's
Fiesta's
for
still
another
in
day.
production.
In
no?
North America, at least, they're only producing like trucks and Mustangs.
Yeah, that's what they say
That's
when
what
they
they-
release a new
vans.
small car.
So Toyota, please keep doing exciting things, and please send us a car. Doesn't matter,
Yeah.
but ideally.
I mean, we
Yaris
shout out
GR.
to all the local Toyota dealers. If you guys want us to work with you, we'll be
we
more than
have
interested.
we have done the CHR when it first got released.
Did.
That was a
And we
fun
did the
review.
and we did the
Throw a photo
FRS.
of that one up.
Yeah.
Oh, the
The
FRS
G-
86
86
BRZ
Sorry,
Scion
the
Toyota
86
Subaru.
FRS BRZ Scion FRS ABS.
EBS light. Anyway,
True.
moving on.
Just don't give us an automatic because that was fucking boring.
Especially because the car has like 92 horsepower on a good day.
Yeah.
That's
Just
a
like
lot.
what else has 92 horsepower on a good day?
My
I swear to God, if you start talking about your Miatas,
Where's your Miata, Brandon?
I don't have a small car.
Ah, fuck.
So
okay.
Keishan and I may have made a financial
Mistake.
solution.
Well, I don't know. Keishan's is in pretty good nick. Yours has a hole in the floor.
Yeah, but that's how I got it for so cheap.
But it has a hole in the floor.
Doesn't matter. I'm just gonna chop that
There's a
hole
hole
out.
up
I'm
the
gonna,
bottom
I'm gonna
of the
put
floor.
a plate, RTV,
There's a
something,
hole at the
and
bottom
I got
of the
some
floor.
frame rail reinforcements for it.
There's a hole.
I can't wait to drive it.
There's a hole.
I absolutely can't wait to cruise with the top down. My one speaker works, the other one doesn't work.
Yo, it's an
and,
electrical problem. We can fix it.
Yeah,
It's not a big deal.
but like it's a 30-year-old car, man, and it only has 146,000 on it. I'm
That's kind of
excited.
scary.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
To
Anyways.
drive it. But we'll have it. We're gonna do a whole series on that on
Yeah.
the Miatas.
Yeah.
So keep an eye for that.
Yeah.
I say we'll keep moving forward with the
Mhm.
show. What do you got next?
So we
for
talked
us?
about Toyota. We talked a little bit about not Jaguar. Sorry, Aston Martin. I don't know why Jaguar came
Same
into play.
thing.
Well, we said
Same
I
thing.
pace.
I-Pace, right? Yeah,
I
yeah,
pace
that's what I was
around the
thinking.
room when I have to pee
Um,
and the washroom's busy.
And one of Toyota's, I guess, rivals or brother. What just happened?
I pace around the room when I have to pee.
Nice. Anyways, one
That
of
should be their
Toyota's
slogan.
rivals. Fuck. One of their rivals. Oh my god, I can't talk.
Yeah, so one of their main rivals, Nissan.
Nissan.
I don't know if you guys have heard about this. This is
I actually haven't heard about this.
you actually haven't? Okay,
No.
it's great. So I can't pronounce his last name. Carlos Rosen. I tried to use text to speech on Google, and
How's
it just
it
came
spelled?
out with like
Is it G-H-O?
Ghosn.
Gossain?
Rosen.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Sounds Arabic.
He is. He's from
Okay.
Lebanon.
Oh, perfect. My people.
So Japan prosecuted him or arrested him in 2018 for embezzlement with the monies, and
So did he go to jail?
well, so he was out on bail, and they were quoting or not quoting. He was out on bail through the trials,
Okay.
and then he went missing one day
Just
in
disappeared?
2019. And
So what happened?
the story was that he had a band come to his house to play Christmas music,
Okay.
and then he was gone. So the Japanese government took away his passport, so he couldn't travel. He said he was being held against his will. His human rights were being violated. So the story was that he got into a music box, like that you would carry an instrument in.
Like a tuba or something? Like
Yep.
one of those
And
cases?
the band just carried everything out, and he got onto a private jet
And they took him away.
and fled to
So-
Lebanon, where they don't have an extradition treaty with Japan.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so Lebanon
Well, for
and
him.
France both said that they won't extradite him back to Japan because they
So,
don't
so
have like a
he was
treaty.
out on bail pending trial in Japan, and
Yeah.
then he ran away.
Sorry, yeah, house arrest.
And then he
Thanks.
ran away. That's
So
crazy.
did he actually get like just?
So he's
taken
Gucci
in
now. He's
From
Well,
good.
that's what everybody thought. That's what everyone was
I
reporting.
really hope that's true.
And then there was
'cause that would
security
be
footage of him
hilarious.
literally just like the security company hired by Nissan
Okay.
was given the 29th of December. Just there's like, go ahead, it's fine.
Yeah.
To the
Yeah.
security company, and he just walked out of his house, got on a private plane, and landed in Lebanon.
That's amazing. Well, I mean, not for the judge and the judicial system.
Also, did you know Nissan, Renault, and Mitsubishi are like this?
They're tight.
Yeah.
They're
Renault,
they're
Nissan.
boys?
I didn't know about Mitsubishi.
yeah,
though.
Mitsubishi.
Do you
apparently is
know about
part of-
them?
God damn it, Ramsey. Leave your.
That wasn't the
jokes
bad joke of the
till
day.
the end.
Yeah.
I'm just joking. That was good. I appreciate that.
Yeah, so it's just funny. Like this guy's being held for
So he's free
embezzlement
now.
and-
He's good.
I
Is
mean,
what you're saying.
technically,
Well,
yeah.
he's not good. He's still
He-
a felon and he's wanted.
But would you want to go back to Lebanon, where I don't even want to get into it?
It's a beautiful country, but there's a whole lot of
Yeah,
corruption.
no, it is a
Which
really
is
nice
going
country, but
down.
it just sucks.
It sucks. I
that-
got a lot of family there, and they're struggling. There's a
Yeah.
lot of there's a lot
It's a
of
lot of
corrupt.
political garbage.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't like getting into politics because I don't know enough to
Yeah.
formulate an opinion, and it annoys me when people just read headlines and think they know.
Just so you know, a
But
little
they don't.
PSA: it's okay to say I don't know enough about this topic to have an opinion.
AKA, we're adding you, keyboard warriors. So I want to
Keyboard warriors.
continue on with our conversation.
Yeah.
Sorry for the stutter.
Conversation.
It's okay. Keisha had a stroke mid podcast 2 minutes ago.
Did
so
I? Oh,
Travis
I totally did.
Scott.
I totally did. What about Travis
You
Scott?
may know him
He's the highest in
as
the room.
Cactus Jack. And I's in the room. Cactus
Cactus
Jack,
Jack.
Travis Scott, whatever you want to call him.
I've never heard Cactus Jack.
So we'll get to that. He's a very well-known rapper in this day and age, rather successful, I would say. I enjoy his music. It's okay if you don't, but it's good, and your opinion's wrong. So
It's my opinion.
he recently dropped an album called Jack Boys, where he featured a bunch of other artists, and the reason I'm excited to talk about this is because in the video for the song called Gang Gang, just we're not affiliated with gangs, but the video is called Gang Gang, however you want to say.
Actually, yeah. Pretty
He
much.
featured a pretty crazy lineup of tuner cars.
Ooh, boy.
What do we have here?
Look at
We've
that.
got an old Datsun, a NSX, another NSX, another NSX, an RX-7 FD, another RX-7 FD, which was
Yikes.
featured on Super Street, and a Mark IV Supra, and I think that's an S2000 in the back, and I don't know what that other car is, the blue one.
See if I can
Ooh.
pull up oh no, don't play that audio.
So the reason why one other thing he has in his video is a Tesla Cybertruck
Oh
with
yeah.
a Tesla Cyber ATV.
Is that a
Where did he get that?
No, 100%.
Where
yeah.
did he get that?
It's
Oh,
literally like
but-
the first thing that pops up.
I
when
don't know
you-
where
There's a reason why they got that in the video, and I think you know why.
There's a photo which I'll put up. Is Elon Musk and Travis Scott and 2 other rappers. I don't remember who they were, but they look like they're homies. But
Oh, they look
from a sales perspective to
ripped,
associate
dude. You pull
to
that up.
to associate Tesla's unreleased Cybertruck, which had a crazy amount of pre-orders, with a very mainstream rapper. Great for Elon Musk. Elon Musk is also short for elongated muskrat, if you didn't know.
If you
Is
tell me
it?
that one more time, I swear to God.
Is that a scientific fact?
Elongated muskrat. So the reason I want to talk about this is because historically rappers have used exotic cars. You know, they probably rented them.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter. They're dancing on Lamborghinis and Bugattis.
It's
And
like flexing on everyone.
So,
Look at
Yeah.
now
it's
for-
absolute nonsense.
for a mainstream rapper to incorporate tuner cars that we love in his music video, I think that changes things. This opens people's eyes, people who don't know about this culture, which is growing at a
Yeah.
really fast rate. It just opens their eyes to it. And
Yeah.
what does that mean for tuner culture? Is it just more people are gonna see it? Like it's just gonna be more known? Like what do you think? What do you think about
It-
using tuner cars in a mainstream rap video?
It's not the first time though a mainstream rapper used a tuner car though.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause you had
Um,
like
Party Monster by the
Yeah.
weekend had the
Mhm.
FC. Oh, that's FC is a pretty.
that was the highlight of Keishan's year when he saw The Weeknd having a FC in one of his music videos.
Yeah.
But
Keishan used to
they're
have
cool.
an FC.
I
They've
need an
used
FC.
tuners before,
Need
but
another
But
depends what you define as a tuner. Like
But-
they've had donks in.
Fair enough.
Those are tuners because people tuned it.
But
What
I-
considers a tuner?
I-
well, the JDM. You're talking about JDM
Okay,
tuning.
fine. Yeah,
Yeah,
JDM,
JDM
tuner,
tuner,
like
then
Fast
yeah,
and
I think that's a
Furious
great thing.
style.
Yeah.
90s and early 2000s Japanese sports cars. I think it's great.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool that this kinds of cars are being featured in this
Mhm.
video because, and then some people may criticize and be like, oh well, he's just playing on a popular culture that he just wants to incorporate to reach a wider audience. Well, yes, that is kind of true.
course. That's how you market yourself.
I just think it's
How
cool,
else-
and there's an
how's the-
E30 BMW with some crazy rally headlight
Oh,
setup,
yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
the
for
the
auction.
pots.
It's
Really?
up for auction.
How much is it?
I don't know, but I saw on the website for the merchandise for the album, you can sign up for the auction to get,
Okay.
I guess, notifications. I'm not really sure whether it's actually for auction, but really cool.
Okay. I really want that FD that's on the right side, actually, that yellow
Yeah,
one.
man.
That's cool.
So
It's very
Travis
initial
Scott.
D like.
thank you for using some cool cars in your video, and I hope you and Elon Musk have a lovely dinner because I know you guys are hanging out,
Do you think they're hanging out right now?
most likely.
Okay.
Can you imagine
He's
a
like,
Travis
"Yo,
Scott
Elon."
and Tesla collaboration
On a car?
on a car?
It would just look like a bunch of glitch effects everywhere. If you guys
Facts.
have not seen his
And they'd
music
have a
videos,
roller
but-
coaster on the headliner. I don't know if you're at a show, but apparently he had a roller coaster like in the show that people rode around. Like
He gets rowdy.
That's pretty nasty.
He gets real rowdy.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Have you seen him? But they dubbed over him when he was holding the microphone like this. They dubbed over with the Call of Duty zombie noises.
No.
Oh man, I have to see that. I want to see that. That's good.
Anyway, that's enough about Travis Scott.
Travis Scott.
Travis Scott.
Well,
It's
the-
crazy
the
how we
noise-
didn't. That's just not crazy. I want to know though why he went for the import scene versus supercars.
Travis Scott, if you see this
Because
video,
think he
please
likes
at us
Yeah.
and we'll get you on the podcast.
Because
love
like
to have
he
Travis Scott be
has
like, "Hey, what
there's
up,
some
boys?
there's stanced out imports on that, but like why did he not bring in stanced out supercars?
Because
If
that's
what
silly.
he liked,
That's a good
if
segue.
if he Brandon has a segue if you wanted to
That's
know
good.
about that.
That's a good segue.
Anyways,
Don't crash it.
just don't.
To an oil display.
That's okay. That's a
Anyway.
whole other story. We don't need to talk about that. Anyways, I'm just curious to know why he didn't go with supercars instead. Does he like FDs? Does he like NSXs?
Would
Because
you
we've
say he's
seen.
an NSexual?
No, I would not say that at all.
Okay,
That's probably
thank you.
something you would just say.
Cool. So basically, where you're going with all this, Keishan, is our
In
stance
other
down.
words, stands out supercars. Are they played out? Are they stupid? Like, in my personal opinion, they look cool, but functionality-wise, why would you do that to a supercar?
I wouldn't feel comfortable driving 800 horsepower, and the only thing that's keeping the power to the road
It's
is
like fucking
rubber
3
and an
inches
air
of
compressor
rubber.
that I bought off eBay
Yeah.
with some.
Sorry,
backing.
so you're
But-
implying that you would buy a supercar for lots of monies and then buy an eBay air compressor.
Yeah, I got a Raceland bags for it.
No.
They're like $8.99. Raceland
With
bags.
shipping.
No management though, and then you just go to Home Depot, buy an air compressor, get a power inverter for the cigarette lighter, plug it into the cigarette lighter, plug your air compressor into the cigarette lighter, and then you have a budget bagged car.
You know what
That
we're gonna
is
do?
extremely
You know what I
sketchy.
want to do? I want to try that.
Budget bags?
Yes, we should definitely try that.
Can we bag the dailies?
Who has a Lamborghini that we could try that on? Please hit us up. Anyways, stance out supercars. They look cool, but like Ramsey said, actually driving it, is it enjoyable? Do you get the full experience of a supercar? Because you have to go like 30 miles an hour on an 80 road. That's kind of garbage to me. You know?
I will bring up Mike, Mad Mike, who is a
Mad Mike Whittet.
Mad Mike Whittet, who's a New
Oh, okay.
Zealandian, New Zealandian. Wow,
New Zealander.
New Zealander.
He's a Kiwi, guys.
Anyway,
he is a Kiwi.
he is arguably the
Zealander?
legend, the king of rotaries, and he recently endeavored to Goodwood Festival of Speed, where he met the CEO of Lamborghini, and basically stop making fun of me. Words are hard sometimes, but that's fine. You just gotta keep trying. You only fail when you give up.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Thanks, Mom.
If
Anyways,
you still shoot,
so
you still land them on
Mad
the
Mike
stars.
was offered a Lamborghini Huracan.
Can you just like
A Lamborghini Huracan, the special one, which is a V10, rear-wheel drive, not all-wheel drive. And he was tasked, a very difficult task, I might add, to turn it into a drift car for the 2019 Goodwood Festival of Speed. There's a whole build series on YouTube. It's really interesting. And he bagged it. It was bagged. And he drifted the shit out of it. And I think it worked, and it looks cool. It's bagged on, like, rotiform wheels, wide bodies, got a hydraulic handbrake.
The thing is, though, it's built to drift. I'm talking about stance-out supercars where the
Yeah.
fucking cambers like -15.
Also,
And
I thought we were
Daigo.
talking about, like just bagged supercars.
No. So I'm talking about stance.
Oh, like silly stance.
Actually,
Okay.
stance.
Yeah. Also,
yeah.
Daigo Saito did that with a Lamborghini, like way
Murcielago?
before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
But-
think
No, it was an Aventador.
No, it was a Murcielago.
No, it was an Aventador
Where he drifted in tandem with
with the Ford Mustang guy.
what's his name? Ford guy.
Oh fuck! It's on the tip of
Rob
my
something
tongue.
Jr. No.
Vaughn Gittin
Vaughn
Jr.
Gittin
Vaughn
Jr.
Gittin
That's his
Jr.
name.
Yeah, it wasn't a Mercy.
There's a really cool. It was a Mercy, I'm pretty
I don't
sure.
think it was a Mercy.
But there's a really cool video of
power
him
of
drifting,
phones.
drifting an entire highway exit and entrance like figure eight, and it does it in one drift.
Yeah. Anyways.
But what do you guys think of stanced out supercars?
let us know in the subscription section of the YouTube comments.
Yeah, exactly.
If you want to make a hype beast video on YouTube, I guess that's the way to go. But
Stanced out supercars.
actually,
I mean,
if you're
you gotta have a lot of money to buy a
yeah.
over $100,000 car and just say I'm gonna bag it and look at it in a parking lot.
I feel like that's like just like fucking. Let's just tax write off some random shit, and let's just fucking use it for advertisement
Hey,
or
CRA,
something.
I need
don't
bags
know.
for my car because my back hurts and I can't get out of the car. Anyways.
I mean, yeah, that kind of works.
Anyways,
I don't know.
we could go on for days
Goes
about
on,
stanced
yeah.
out supercars and
Yeah.
stanced out cars in general.
Yeah.
Are they good? Are they bad? Would you do it yourself?
We're kind of biased on this opinion because I think we all agree that function over form any day.
I agree.
Yeah.
However, I like to challenge that. My Jetta has some pretty tight fitment.
Yeah, you just
I
put
think
big
so.
wheels and lowered the car. It's not a build.
I did more than that.
I've just
You
demolished.
don't even know me.
Um,
It has really cool fitment. Like I rolled the front fenders and I did some spacing to the wheels so that they would only touch when I have five
the
people.
thing is, though, you.
But I'd still drive the car on the track.
That's what I mean.
And,
like
and
you
the
kind of
fitment
built
looks
it.
cool.
to
So it is
to
definitely
revolve around
possible to
that.
have really nasty. Like look at like Black Anvil Garage. He has a really nasty FC RX-7 with a 1J in it, and he has some pretty ridiculous fitment. And he drifts that thing like crazy on the skid pad. Like,
That's a drift car, though. A lot of those drift
but
cars
it's a
are
stance,
stance.
functional stance.
Yeah.
I guess it's functional.
Functional stance.
It's
but-
functional, so it is
yeah.
possible. But like
Yeah.
when you stance a car to the point of undrivability,
That's where I'm.
it's kind of a waste.
It's
in my
more of
eyes.
just a showpiece. It's a piece of art.
Yeah.
But if you do it properly, then
Yeah.
it's nice. But if you just don't go to like
guess-
fucking eBay and take a bat and roll your fenders like that, just
Or
garbage.
like a phone book or something.
And a phone book or just eBay.
Oh,
I don't want to talk about it. I'm done
Yeah.
with that.
So, like I said in the pilot, we may cry.
Some of us may
We
cry.
may fight. We haven't fought yet. This is only episode 1, though. There's some fights that are imminent.
Like what?
I don't know, man. Just
Like you're gonna
wait.
get your cheeks clapped soon, boy.
You gonna get gapped? I'm gonna gap you. with my
Ramsey and
yacht.
I had a little drag race today too. He got chopped.
Gapped. Yeah.
I took you to Gapplebee's.
Gapplebee's.
Oh, what did he order at Applebee's?
He bought me some jeans from Gap.
That
There's so
was-
many memes about the gapping. What is
That was
it?
good.
Like, oh, take a Gapperoni pizza or
Gappetizers.
Appetizers. I like that one.
Gappies.
Gappies. Anyway, that's
Anyways.
for another.
That's
day.
good. That's good.
So I think that's good.
That wraps
Yeah.
it
I
up.
think that wraps it
That
up.
was fun. That was fun.
This
I
is,
hope you guys are enjoying the audio quality. We
Mhm.
have invested in some equipment to ensure the best quality. This podcast will be coming out on Spotify and Apple Music
Yep.
in the near future.
Yeah.
So that you can listen to our voices while you're in the car,
Mhm.
which I know you'd love to do.
Yeah.
I would listen to myself in the car, but I like myself, so
That's fair.
fine.
I'd like to give a shout out to Choice Automotive for letting them host us within their garage,
Beautiful.
their facility. They offer storage, vehicle solutions for automotive repairs, custom work. Right now, they're actually doing some work on that Challenger,
that is lime green technically.
lime green Challenger. So hit them up. They're a new shop in town,
Yeah.
located on Maryville and Hunt Club,
No, yeah, it's on Bentley Avenue,
Bentley Avenue.
like
yeah.
right near the Costco.
Yeah. So if you have nowhere to go, hit them up. Or if you need some help, I don't
Yeah.
know why I said nowhere to go. That's kind of weird.
Well, I mean, they have a pretty sweet office, like where you can
Yeah.
a waiting room. They got a pool table, Red Bulls, coffee. So
Yeah.
while your car's getting worked on, you can
Get energized up, bro.
recharged. Yeah, they also offer a service where like what they go, like say you're out, you book it. So like you're going out somewhere and you're having a few drinks, they'll come and they'll pick
Yeah,
up your car.
That's
right?
responsible choice.
Responsible
So
choice.
it's
So
under
it's
the
a-
same umbrella,
okay,
the
so
choice
they'll
umbrella.
Basically, they'll go
Yeah.
and they'll bring your car home safely and bring you home safely, so
Yeah.
you don't have to. You're not drinking and driving.
Exactly, which is really
terrible.
cool around the holiday seasons and just in general,
Yeah.
big party, anniversary, whatever.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
keep an eye on our Facebook, YouTube, Instagram for updates and more of the Flat Tire.
And this is the part where Ramsey makes us all leave.
I have a good joke for you guys today.
Is it like leave-worthy joke or?
You might leave. I really hope we still have like at least one listener for this joke. Are you ready?
I don't know if I'm ready.
I woke up thinking about this.
Okay.
A slice of apple pie is $2.50 in Jamaica, and
Okay.
in Barbados it's $3. This is the pie rates of the Caribbean.
Okay, you know what?
Pirates? Pirates?
Have a lovely evening, everybody. We'll see you next time for episode 2.